mountain, my head in the clouds, yeah. I can feel it rising, bound to the earth, but we could ascend, yeah. I'm realizing I feel both free, lift off the ground. I can levitate with every truth that plays. I close my eyes and levitate. kills my heart to see. It rises no longer on me. It's critical of me. You stop messing with me. It kills my heart to know you don't think this love could grow. 'Cause anywhere you go, you know I would follow. 'Cause I'm sleepless about you. Sleepless about you.
Alright, hello everybody and welcome to another series in the Marvin Collegiate Championship. My name is Jason Cardinal Power and I'm joined yet again with Jack Ferrex Price. We're going to be bringing you our first semi-final, Jack.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. This matchup here between TUD Apes and NCI Panthers. Best of 3 series, starting off over on Mirage, and later on in the week, possibly next week, we're going to see UCD, A-Team and TCD face off, so that'll be an interesting matchup as well. But this one that we have to hand at the moment, Cardinal, is certainly set to be a good one. TUD Apes, above and beyond, so far the best team in the tournament. NCI, though, have shown that they're more than capable of high-quality play, so we're going to see if they can bring that into this match here against TUD. But this pistol over on Mirage looks like NCI are going to take it over towards B on this T side patch. Going to find the first kill onto Bitter. And find a second one onto Fabulous Sean as well. That's the bomb dropped, and Extinct chiming in with one as well. The rotator's already here, and I think the site is completely locked out. Bentake finding one and a second onto Silas Unicorn to give TUD a relatively easy pistol round. 3 players surviving, and good start there from them, Cardinal.
Great start. Great start for TUD to get themselves up and running very early on in this game. 1-0 on the board already. But as we said earlier, Ferrex, this is a best of 3 for the semi-final. So who are we going to be looking at here to keep an eye on in terms of who's the favourite coming into this semi-final between NCI and TUD? I think it's the first time we've seen TUD actually on stream. I don't think they've actually had any of their group games played on stream. So going to be interesting for sure. But if I was to ask you for a prediction before we get too far into this one, who are you going to be going with?
Well, I think based on previous performance, we're going to have to go with TUD. I mean, they've decimated every team so far. Ventake sprang through the smoke, closed out the second round for TUD. But yeah, I think we are going to have to favour TUD because they are 5-0, 6-0 in the tournament so far. They haven't lost a single game. Obviously, they crushed UCD. It was 16-3 in the end, or 16-4. And they crushed Trinity as well, 16-2. So, I mean, they're above and beyond the best team in the tournament, at least in my opinion. So, I think I am going to favour them coming into this one. But that being said, NCI, you know, players, when you have players like Cinder and Comeback King, you can never really rule them out. But so far in this game, it looks like TUD are very much in the driving seat.
Absolutely, and Cinder and Comeback King going to be the 2 to watch over on the side of NCI. And I think if they want to give themselves a proper chance at this best of 3, they're going to need a big performance from not only those 2 players, but the rest of the team as well. But saying that, they did get to the semi-final, just like TUD did, so we're hoping for a very close game here, as we're already into round number 3. And this is the first time NCI have got some rifles on the board, and that's Comeback King's going to find the second. Arak goes down before Ventake manages to pick up a double kill for himself. And now we're down to a 2-on-2, just Fabulous Sean and the Silliest Unicorn left, but oh no, TUD don't realise they're all the way over to the B site already, and that's going to net them a bomb plant, Ferrex, as 53 seconds left on the clock. And the split push across the map catches TUD off guard.
Retake is now on. Silas Unicorn already down to 9 HP. No fear coming in from short with that AK to hand is going to be absolutely deadly. Is he going to check this corner? Silas Sean is waiting up. He's going to check that, and it's only intake to take down Silas Unicorn as well. And that retake very successful for TUD. Both players surviving. It's going to be a 3rd round for them. No reply from NCI as of yet, Cardinal. And so far, like I say, TUD seem to be pretty comfortable. They're getting a little bit aggressive. We saw them pushing up mid there in that previous round and stuff, showing that they're confident, showing me I'm not going to let NCI dictate the pace of this game.
No, they're really not. They're really not. Great retake for them to come back in. Obviously called from the teammates that the last two players for NCI were quite low on HP. But always good to get the retake in, and it's going to be Extinct opening up this round with the AWP Ventake. He's going to take out Comeback King, and now with only 3 players left alive, a few seconds into this round. Oh no, Cinder's going to go down as well to the pistol of Extinct. And that looks like it's going to be a 4th round going the way of TUD, Ferrex.
Yeah, well, a little bit of an easy round for them, obviously. NCI only on the upgraded pistols and a little bit of armor. So, I mean, what really hurts NCI here is that they haven't managed really to get any economic damage on 5 players for TUD still alive so far in this round, unless Bitter and Fabulous Sean can find a few heads with those Deagles and that P250. But just looking at the rest of the maps, Cardinal, coming into this, we could talk about the ban process a little bit. NCI started off by banning Overpass, TUD followed up by banning Nuke. NCI picked Mirage, so this is their pick. Actually, as I say, that Bitter is going to take the head off of Arc with a nice shot with the Deagle, so a little bit of economic damage being done. But coming back, TUD then picked Train, which is an interesting choice because we saw NCI actually completely destroyed the UCDB team over on Train earlier on last week. It was 16-4, 16-5 in the end. So an interesting pick there by TUD. So NCI continued then by banning Dust 2, TUD banned Inferno, and we were left with Cash as a 3rd map. So we're on Mirage at the moment, which is NCI's pick, Train next, which is TUD's pick, and then Cash is going to be our last map in best of 3 should we need it.
Right, okay, that's going to be definitely one to keep an eye on in the series. Unfortunately, not seeing the Nuke pick as I've so hoped for throughout this tournament, but maybe someday soon. Maybe someday soon we might see Nuke on stream, but if we're lucky, exactly, if we're lucky. But it is going to be Mirage, Train, and Inferno if we do manage to make it 2-3 maps. Cash, apologies, Cash. If we do manage to make it to all 3 maps. But so far anyway, TUD well and truly after settling into this one. As NCI can't seem to answer the CT side of TUD so far, Ferrex.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, like I said, it's this confidence, this aggression that we're seeing from TUD so far that's netting them these early kills. I mean, we saw, I think it was Paj just walk into ramp there. No, sorry, No Fear, excuse me, just walk into ramp and completely catch an NCI player off and got away without even taking a single point of damage. And so what's costing NCI these rounds at the moment is these early picks, but you're going to push it onto A here with this utility. That Molotov is going to deal an awful lot of damage. Fabulous Sean is still going to find No Fear and drop him, so we're 4 versus 4 now. Make that a 4 versus 2 actually, as TD find 2 quick kills. Cinder replies back onto Extinct. It's 3 versus 2 now. Bomb still yet to go down. That utility is going to hold him off for a little bit longer. Cinder needs to cross the site to plant this bomb, but utility isn't there, so he needs to try and take these fights first before he can safely cross the site. And Ventake is hunting. He's going to find one and not quite able to connect the spray onto the second. And Paj there to support him steps out from the CT smoke, drops Bitter to give NCI their 5th round on the trot now. Cardinal, no reply from NCI as of yet, and it's complete domination from TUD at the moment.
Yeah, even these rounds where NCI managed to have the equipment and the grenades that they need, they still can't get anything done. And just taking a quick look at the scoreboard, even, you know, Comeback King, he's sitting on 3 frags, the Silliest Unicorn on 2, but they just can't seem to answer anything that TUD are bringing to the table. And No Fear pushed all the way up to Palace just there on his own. Complete domination as he takes a kill for free, but we are down to a 4-on-4. Extinct did get dropped at the hands of Comeback King on the AWP. He was one of the players that we did talk about before the game started. Comeback King and Cinder. For anyone who's watching, it is actually Ice is Comeback King, as he's renamed himself. But we're going to be seeing, can NCI get something done here in round number 6. Still over a minute left on the clock, so plenty of time. Something to happen, but Cinder is actually on the other side of the wall there if he doesn't realize the TUD players is in very close proximity. The bomb over on the T side towards mid, gonna head back through underground, looks like. The Cinder is gonna catch Ventake off guard, and now he's gonna move himself all the way through to window room. He's established a huge amount of control here. Ferex, his comeback king, is ready and waiting for Aract. He knew the peak was coming. Now 2 men left for TUD, but No Fear is in a great spot here. He's going to catch out the first, and the second can't get the third. Cinder manages to shut it down as quick as he can. That's going to give them the bomb plant, and now it's all on Padge in the 1-on-2. Does Cinder know where he's coming from? He spots out the head, but Padge is going to take that off, and all of a sudden, the silliest unicorn is left on his own here against Padge. Molotov is going to clear out one angle for him. The bomb, he's going to tap it. Hasn't got a kit though. So he's got to move fast, and he's going to move forward very slowly, and he finds the kill. Padge deletes the silliest unicorn from that situation, but it's going to be a close one, Ferex.
He does have the defuse, I'm pretty sure. So TUD, against all odds, it seemed like in that round, managed to pull it out of the bag and give him a 6th round. I mean, NCI had everything going for them. Cinder did very, very well to get up into connector and catch Ventake out with no idea he was there, and really gave NCI the best chance I think they've had so far in this game at clinching a round, but TUD just too good in the end. And yeah, those 2 kills that were found by the player who was in sandwich were absolutely crucial, securing them that one. But the money is going to be there for NCI to invest into this one once again. No AWP for them, however. And that is what gave them that initial pick in the previous round, I believe. They're going to be missing that this round. And Cinder, for what feels like the 3rd round in a row now, has been tied down to half HP straight away at the start of the round by a nade. TUD, not only are they good on the aim, they're good with their utility as well. Cinder battling away in middle, isn't expecting Extinct to be re-peaking. That gets dropped for overstaying his welcome. It's going to be a 4 versus 5 as we come into the side take. Extinct is very, very low though. It's A once again that NCI have opted for. No Fear. Are they going to expect him to be here? They're not. Fabian's going to get dropped, but this unicorn spins around and takes him down on ice. He's going to be come back chiming in with 2 kills. 3 in the round so far for him. Looks like, Cardinal, we're finally going to see NCI getting a response to this the CT side of TUD. This bomb planted. It's only Padge left.
Padge
Holy.
is he gonna actually look for this one? He is. He's gonna find the first kill, but can't get the second. So NCI do manage to hang on. Comeback King picking up a 4K for himself actually in that round. So definitely putting his teammates on his shoulders and getting them a fighting chance on the first half of this map on Mirage. 6-1 now the scoreline as we're coming into round number 8. And I would just like to actually... Sorry for cutting you off, Jack. I would just like to apologise for the lag for everybody watching at home. There seems to be a little bit of a connection issue here. But we will get that squared away and sorted as soon as possible, as TUD are going to get this round squared away. And already Cinder's been dropped by Extinct.
I want to point out real quick, the Cardinals. It's interesting, actually, the money for TUD. They really had not a whole lot coming into the round. Even looking at their buy, they've got a Deagle, FAMAS, next to no utility, which is interesting because they've won 6 rounds in a row. They've won 6 rounds in a row, so if we just quickly look at the amount of players surviving, I mean, they had 1 player survive 1 round and 3 and 4 in their previous rounds before that. So, you know, even though NCI were losing those rounds, they were making them somewhat costly for TUD, and that's really, it's really helping them now in this round, I think, because this buy for TUD is so big. It's really giving NCI a good chance coming into this round, and you know, it's something that I don't think we give enough accreditation to be honest. Is the economy management on the CT side, because there was 1 player for TUD who was sitting at like 8,400, I think. The rest of them, you know, were so low money, but still fighting away in this round. 3 versus 2. Everything I say being effectively thrown out the window, Cardinal. as is usual. I try and do this tactical analysis, and then the players come along and are just like, nope. Yeah, TUD making this force buy work with Sean in a 1-on-2. 25 seconds on the clock, but yeah, I mean the buy there was very, very strange. The money for TUD was much lower than I expected it to be, and as I said, that Ventake is going to finish it off. So yeah, TUD doing really, really well there with the weak buy to shut down anything NCI might have had going. But yeah, I mean, I'm just making a fool of myself time and time again here, Cardinal, because
I
analysis
mean,
from me
we
is
kind of come
pointless.
to expect it at this point, you know, we come to expect it a little bit. The predictions always go the opposite way that we say they will. That's just an ICE classic at this stage, but predictions so far have been on point as to who's going to take this map, as TUD are well and truly in the driver's seat at 7-1 ahead. As NCI are going to make a fast hit onto the B site this round now. Oh, Cinder's going to find a kill onto Arax. He's gone down, he's going to double up and pick up a second. Comeback King taking a kill of his own there. Headshots all around. Just No Fear and Padge left in this one. No Fear, notably, just on the SMG, so range is quite severely limited, and looks like he's creeping up from behind, so he's going to be looking to take a little bit of economy away from NCI side. But Fabulous Sean, ready and waiting. Is he going to check it though? Oh no, Fabulous Sean, please. He does manage to find it eventually. That got a little bit dicey towards the end of the spray. Just Padge left now with the M4, and he's going to be happy to save that and bring it into the next round, Ferex.
Yeah, well, not if NCI are going to be able to do anything about it. He's going to drop Cetus Unicorn, but Bitter in the end is going to find him, so a single weapon being brought into this next round, Cardinal. But I mean, NCI, you know, even that round, they were just relying on Cinder, to be honest. Cinder and Comeback to Cinder, you know, opening up the B side, essentially finding the two entries, the two B players dropped, and once those two went down, it was almost round over, to be honest with you, especially with Comeback chiming in on the kill in the middle, I believe it was. So, you know, those two players we pinpointed before the game as ones to look towards for NCI showed up in that round, and well, that's what gave them the round in essence. So, gonna put TUD back on a very, very weak buy. They are forcing into this one. Escape for Padge, Deagle armor for his teammates. Flash quite gonna reach its intended target, I don't think, but No Fear up here in ladder, taking the duel with Cinder. Both players dropped very, very low. Bitter, he's gonna catch out Extinct, who was creeping up towards ramp. No Fear in the meantime finally being dropped. 5 versus 3. It looks like we should see a third round for NCI here very shortly. Arak defending over on the B side, only with a Deagle. Trying to delay at this stage for Ventic, who's coming in from market and not able to connect the shot. And Arak, despite being surrounded, is still going to find 1 and 2. Good shot there with the Deagle to drop Cinder. Is he going to be aware of the third player? He's not. Fabichon finally going to drop him with the AUG. Bitter. Sorry, actually no, Arak is still surviving on site. My mistake. Paying enough attention there. Nonetheless, a third round for NCI. Arak did. That survived for far too long there on that B-side, Cardinal.
He did. He really hung on there, and a little bit dicey, but NCI gonna get their third round on the board here. 7-3 as we're coming into round number 11, and that signals us to start thinking about the end of the first half. As I say that, actually, Cinder gonna die to the USPs. Silius Unicorn's gonna go down as well, and it's gonna be 2 rifles retrieved for TUD. Ventake and Arak are getting their hands on the rifles from the bodies of Cinder and the Silius Unicorn, so not gonna count those out of the round yet. Bitter is gonna find 1 though, Extinct on the receiving end. As Ventake is gonna spray through the smoke. We saw him pick up a couple of kills earlier with the FAMAS, but not able to replicate it this time around. And now as they move towards the site here, actually TUD have the man advantage, and Ventake and Padge will go down. Arak now all on his own. He's got to get the defuse in, but Bitter knows where he is. He hears the steps. And ice in the veins. He's not going to peek too early. He's just going to wait and try and bait Arak out. He knows he's not holding the defuse now. He's got to push him, and really well played from Bitter there. He's going to find the kill. That's going to be another round for NCI.
Yeah, another round for NCI indeed, but it was very nearly another round for TUD, to be honest. It was that 5-man window stack from TUD is it's a fantastic shot. I love it so much. It almost always catches the T side out and netted them 2 rifles and nearly the round in the end. So really good economic damage being done there by TUD, keeping that economy for NCI somewhat in check. Money is going to be there for TUD in this round to buy an AWP for Ventic and nothing else. Just about having the money to pick that up, and not really a whole lot of utility to hold off any pushes. So TUD very heavily relying on their aim in this round. NCI in the meantime don't have enough to work with, but all the utility they could ask for. And looks like they might be taking this over towards B. Sealess Unicorn perfectly positioned to shut down that push from Extinct. And NCI have seemed to warm to that CT aggression from TUD at this stage. They're now taking these rounds much more slowly, waiting for these aggressive pushes from TUD, and they're being rewarded for doing so. Seems like the last few rounds they've had these entries, but Ventic is going to find the reply onto Cinder and get away as well before the reply is there. Back to a 4-on-4. But almost all the utility is gone from TUD now. Just a smoke and a flash left for Arct. And only one kit as well. We're going to see an A kit come out from NCI. Nobody on site really. Arct on short should find Sealess Unicorn, does just that, gives us a 4-on-3 now. This round still very much up for the taking for either side, but LeSean pushing through that smoke, no fear. Abusing that poor CT smoke, finds himself 2 kills, but comeback not finished with this one yet. He is going to spray through the smoke, but Padge connects more of the bullets, gives TUD their 8th round, and that was better play there from NCI. I think they were unfortunate that the CT smoke wasn't perfect. Cardin had allowed no fear to 2 free kills in essence, but things could have gone very, very differently there.
Indeed, indeed. He does manage to pick up 2 very easy kills through the gap in the smoke. And now TUD have broken the streak of NCI, for lack of a better term here. They've been starting to garner a little bit of momentum, but TUD bringing themselves back into it. You really can't count them out of any of these rounds, even when they've maybe only got 1 or 2 rifles. And very limited util, they still manage to make it work, so very interesting play all around here as Cinder is going to spot out Padge and actually tags him through the concrete, but not enough to drop him. Now both players quite low, but it's going to spur NCI to fall back as more smokes get deployed to B Apes. That's going to hold off the push for just a little bit longer from TUD, and Extinct gets caught out, but just manages to back off before he's dropped through the wall. Still less than a minute remaining on the clock now, and all 10 players still left alive as TUD recognize the lack of presence towards mid and the A bomb site, and that's going to net Ben take a kill onto Cinder. NCI still look very indecisive here. They haven't really established much control across the map, and now we're down to 38 seconds left. Extinct is going to get a kill with the Deagle before he's traded out, and Aract, oh, he's going to go down. Comeback King, great shot to find Aract up on short, and all of a sudden now the map has opened up, but there's only 25 seconds left, and see, I need to make a call with what they want to do here. Comeback King's going to get into window room eventually. The cat is out of the bag as they know where he is, but that's not going to stop Ventake finding the kill before he gets dropped. Now No Fear has to hold on. He's dropped the bomb and only 7 seconds left. He's going to take the kill anyway. And that's going to be a 9th round now for TUD as we come into the last 2 rounds of the half, Eric's.
Yeah, you're right, and I just want to look at the scoreboard real quick, Cardon, because Comeback King is having the game of his life at the moment. 18 kills for him. He pinpointed himself and Cinder as ones to watch before this game began, and well, he's certainly living up to that. 18 frags for him. Cinder, you know, the next closest player on NCI with only 7 frags, so Comeback King head and shoulders above the rest of his teammates at the moment. But yeah, it seems like every round NCI win or come close to winning, it's because he's finding 2, 3, even 4 kills. No Fear still aggressive, gonna find 1 in nearly a second, but LeSean connect the headshot with the Mac 10. Cinder has crept the whole way up Apps. His pack don't expect this. Cinder did do it in the previous round. He'll be able to catch him out this time. And Nade is going to deal huge damage on Cinder. I think, okay, I need to stop predicting things. I need to stop predicting things. I need to stop predicting things. Come back. Walks up short completely unchallenged. He's going to drop Ventic. Cinder though down to 5 HP. He's going to burn him alive eventually, but Bitter finding the entry onto the A site. That's the site now fallen for NCI. Both players for TUD over towards B, and they might save this one concerning their economy, but it looks like they're going to go for it. Art dropping events is not going to expect Comeback to be in this close position. He's heard Padge's footsteps as well, so knows exactly where to look. He just has to stay alive in this situation, and it's the round for NCI. I think Padge already backing off. He's out of this one. Wants to hold on to that AK and utility that he has, so NCI still fighting away, going to find their 5th round so far in this half, and it's going to bring us into the final round of this first half here on Mirage Cardinal. And so far, I mean, TUD do have the round advantage, but NCI are having a good showing thus far considering the caliber of players on TUD.
Indeed. And I think one thing actually is, if NCI do manage to convert this round and make it a 9-6 half, then they have really given themselves a chance on the CT side here. And if I am correct in saying this is NCI's map pick, is that correct?
Give me 1 second, I'll tell you. Yes, this is NCI's map pick.
Yeah, so they really need to be securing Mirage, considering it is their map pick. And coming on to train next, TUD obviously have something up their sleeve for that one. It's not one of the most common maps we've seen in the tournament so far, so you would expect them to take that. But if they snipe away Mirage from NCI, then we could be in for a very, very short best of 3. But let's see what they can get done in the last round of the half. Arect is going to come into contact with Cinder, and it's going to take that kill every day of the week with the UMP, as we're down now to a 4-on-5, and Padge is going to spot out loads of players towards mid as he drops Comeback King as well. Manages to get away. There's 6 seconds left on the clock as the nades start to rain out, and they're trying to force the Extinct out, and that's exactly what happens. He's going to go down. Aract only on 7 HP, but is still the man advantage for TUD. As we come to the closing seconds of the half, Bitter is going to molly out, but not going to catch anyone. And the bomb is slowly creeping towards the B site, but TUD have got a great presence towards the bomb site as well. Aract is going to be first contact from the push out of Apes, and oh, he finds a great kill and falls back without the trade coming in now. Padge is there to help him out. And this round has slowly fallen apart for NCI, and it's going to secure the 10-5 scoreline for TUD. And from what I know, I would just like to confirm for everyone that we are going to go to a very, very short break. And we are going to get the stream connection sorted out. So we are going to restart the stream nice and quick. We'll be back within 30 seconds or so. So don't go anywhere. We're going to restart the stream, get the connection issue sorted out. We do apologize for that. It is something on my end. Unfortunately, I can't seem to figure it out while we're midstream. And we'll be back as soon as possible with the second half of Mirage. So don't go anywhere, and we'll be back in just a moment.